Libra, how are you guys? This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. So if you have been drawn to this particular reading, I'll be focusing on your person's biggest regrets and their favorite memory of your time together. So I'll go ahead and timestamp these down below. Feel free to go ahead and watch whatever question or scenario you'd like. Or if, of course, feel free to watch the whole thing. So let's get into it, Libra. Let's take a look and see what that energy is. And it is general as always. Please keep that in mind throughout your reading. And only take the bits and parts of it that do make sense for you personally and release the rest. All right, so starting off with your person's biggest regret. For those of you who are choosing this particular message, let's see. What does that energy look like? So they've got some regrets here. What are they regretting here? So I'm going to pull from a couple of decks. Okay, Forbidden Territory, Off Limits. Okay, let me grab from the other deck here. And of course, I will list all of the decks down below. They are all created by myself. So let's go ahead and take a look and see. Off Limits. So somebody crossed the line here. We have laughter coming through. Okay, so what we're getting right off the bat for this particular storyline, Libra, you and this person ultimately got along great. This particular deck, it's got a couple of messages, upright and reversed. It's coming up in the upright. So lots of fun times, enjoying each other's company, playful and youthful energy. Don't take things too seriously. But as much fun as you guys might have had together, this person could have also been the type that just wasn't taking things seriously. So for some of you guys, you might feel that maybe they were non-committal. Certainly a lot of fun to be with. The chemistry is there. You guys ultimately got along great. But if it's coming through with that type of energy, you guys could have been spending time together, but maybe one of you was either in an existing partnership. Somebody could have been married. I mean, there's so many different scenarios that could pop up for the collective, but I'm just getting here with that first message. Somebody was not available to be in this connection, and yet you guys did form that bond. So if you relate to this one, more than likely, this was probably along the lines of a third party involvement. Okay, so let's clarify this. And ultimately what they are regretting first and foremost is they probably ended up hurting you, or they knew going into it that they really weren't serious. You guys had a lot of fun together, lots of fun times, as it says, but they just weren't the type to settle down or be exclusive, perhaps. Oh my goodness, and here we are with the Knight of Wands, followed by the Queen of Swords. That right there says so much. First and foremost, we've got the Knight of Wands, passionate, fearlessness, adventurous. Knight of Wands can have a bit of a bad rap because they can be non-committal. Pretty much what this is saying. So, Divine Feminine, if you're coming through with the energy of the Queen of Swords, you probably either ended things with this person, you walked away, you cut them out, however way that might have happened, because you knew ultimately that they were not coming towards you with what it was that you were looking for. Certainly the commitment factor, And then we've got the Ace of Swords. So this is clarification for me. More than likely we have, at least the way it's presenting itself here, a Divine Feminine who probably did cut out a masculine. This masculine could also be younger than the feminine. There could have been maybe a pretty substantial age gap here for some of you. And yeah, just the way I'm seeing it, Divine Feminine, you realize this wasn't really going to go anywhere. And you probably did end things with this person. Okay, look at this. So we've got the Ten of Cups. Maybe one of you was more marriage-minded or, commitment-minded rather than somebody who just was not interested in that. I feel for my feminines that relate to this, you know, you were definitely thinking more long-term. You wanted somebody who was all in. With the Knight of Wands, they tend to be in and out of someone's life. So this is anything but stable as far as what it is that they were looking for. And really, they weren't interested in that at the time. And if it was off limits, forbidden territory, I feel for some of my feminines, take this only if it makes sense, you might have gotten yourself involved in a third-party situation. You could have been married, you could have had a family, but it could have also been you that decided to walk away or end things with this masculine because you knew it wasn't going to turn into anything, you know? We've got the Three of Cups, so that could be clarification of, again, a third party. You guys could have started off as friends, but maybe it turned into more. But it just has a little bit of drama wrapped around it, you know? Look at this. So Ace of Pentacles represents what it is that perhaps the Divine Feminine is looking for this masculine to be able to come in with this offer of commitment. But I just feel based off of the surrounding cards, they're not able to bring that forward. So their biggest regret ultimately, especially I'm kind of getting for those of you that this happened a long time ago, I'm kind of feeling that this person, they might have, well, at this point, you know, they're older. They see this situation from a very different angle, you know, and they're looking at it with a different set of eyes and realizing perhaps that they could have had this type of experience with you. But, you know, again, for some of you guys, you weren't available in that way, but they weren't looking for it at the time anyway. But I'm kind of feeling that we have somebody here who's grown up. They're more mature. They're definitely more emotionally balanced. And I just kind of feel that they regret that. They regret that they couldn't deliver that Ten of Cups. Yeah, look at that, Ten of Wands. Oh my gosh, Six of Swords. We've got the Tower coming through here. So yeah, you guys definitely had a Tower moment. I'm feeling here they contributed to why things fell apart, but I'm also picking up off of this person's energy that it's still affecting them to this day. The decisions, the behavior that came through for them at that time, you know, and it does kind of represent that Ten of Wands where they're carrying this weight on their shoulders and it's heavy, you know, it's heavy for them. For some scenarios, I feel, especially my feminines, you might have a masculine here who's struggling to let you go in their heart space. And, you know, again, maybe they weren't ready for commitment back then, but the person that they are today, they think about that and they might really be wanting this and knowing full well that perhaps you're the one that got away. You know, so I feel for my feminines, you probably let this one go and you just moved on with your life. Oh, geez, look at that. Talk about regrets. There we go, Four of Cups. They know that they missed the opportunity to make this work or to possibly fix things or to even apologize for their actions. So this is what we're focused on, their biggest regrets, and here it is. And they could even be single at this point. You know, they don't have anybody, but maybe when they were younger, they just looked at love and relationships, physical connections, more like a casual thing rather than something serious, rather than something to nurture and cherish. But I feel at this point, they know it now. It's like that realization that has come a bit too late. And my feminines, I feel, you know, you're definitely moved on. You've walked away from it. You've left it behind. You released it. And they know this now. So that is what I'm getting. I absolutely see them regretting all of their past behaviors, knowing that they can't have you at this point. So whoever this is for, that's the energy that is coming through from that first part. This is their biggest regret. Ultimately, that turned into a really painful Tower moment, unfortunately. All right, so let's take a look at their favorite memory of your time together. All right. So I'm going to focus on a couple of decks once again for Libra. Your person's favorite memory of your time together. So you guys have gone through some challenges based off of what we have already seen. So let's take a look at their memories and what they focus on now. For Libra, the spark of love, the chemistry that you guys had in the beginning, maybe, you know, when, as it says, sparks flew, you guys were falling in love. Let's see what else. What else for Libra? And we have picture perfect. They might find you to be a very attractive person. Maybe you guys have particular pictures that you ended up taking together. They could still have those photos, or, you know, it could have been on social media as well. They find you to be very attractive, and that's something perhaps that they still think about. But going back to the spark of love, the chemistry, you know, the sparks, the feelings, the emotions. I mean, it could have been really intense at one point in time. But what we did see from that first part is that they regret maybe that they spread themselves too thin and just spending time with other people as well. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this. So when they think about you, they really think about the good times, when they felt such an intense magnetic pull towards you. It's causing them a lot of anxiety. Look at that 9 of Swords. So, you know, this can also be looked at as the type of energy where maybe they're not sleeping, they're staying up late at night, or, you know, I kind of see this as the type of energy where they fall asleep and it could start off to be this beautiful dream and then it just turns into a nightmare, knowing full well that when they wake up, they can't have you, or there's just no possibility of reconnecting because of something that they did. All right, let's see. For Libra. Look at that. Deception and lies. They know it. If this is basically what happened between you and this person, they were not honest with you. They kept things from you. This could have been a secret affair. Or if it wasn't that, then they were just outright lying and they just weren't being honest. Let's see what else. Ooh, 9 of Cups. All right, we've got the 9 of Wands right after that. So what I'm getting here for this person, this can sometimes indicate somebody that drowns their sorrows. You know, they could be drinking too much to numb these emotions, like this anxiety that they're feeling over something that they did. And so now they fully regret. We've seen that they ultimately could have had this beautiful, amazing life with you. So they kind of broke their own heart here, I feel. This could be for both of you, having experienced a tower moment, those tough times. Life definitely tested you guys. And, you know, this is a card of resilience, as we can see right there. What I love about the depiction of this particular interpretation of this card is I see it in a way as a hope card, because, you know, regardless of whatever these dark clouds might represent, possibly a tower moment, it is an indication of healing. It is an indication that whatever tested you regarding this relationship, that you will overcome that you will get to a point in your life where you can get up and realize, okay, it's a brand new day, the sun is out, and I have the capability to be happy again. And you will. Look at that. Yep. Clarification, Libra, that you probably did walk away from somebody who just hurt you. They broke your heart. You deserve better. Look at this. 3 of Wands, followed by the 6 of Swords. Man, this is so fitting, the way this is coming through. Ace of Pentacles. You see, I feel, especially for my feminines, just based off of what we've seen in the first part of the reading, especially, that you're not concentrating on wanting to rebuild something with someone from the past that hurt you, deceived you. You know, they possibly got you mixed up in third-party situations. It was complicated, and it was drama, you know? So I'm feeling, since this is a duplicate message we're getting with the Six of Swords, that you really are just wanting to concentrate on what's ahead of you rather than focusing on what's behind you, you know? It is, after all, focusing on leaving something behind. It's allowing you to go through a transformation in your life, transitioning away from this type of scenario where they hurt you, they cheated possibly, and the one thing that you're wanting from this person is that Ace of Pentacles offer, you know, that solid offer of commitment, and they just could not bring it forward, which is why I feel it's coming through a second time. You know, abundance can come in many forms, and that includes love, you know? And this person that's coming through for you, Libra, they just didn't understand it at the time, or they just were not interested in it at the time. But boy, do they have regrets, and they see you as the person that definitely got away from them, and they know that they're at fault for that. Bottom of the deck, we've got the High Priestess. So I really feel, my feminines, you probably are picking up off of the energy of your masculine, knowing what it is that they're thinking or feeling at this point. And life moves on for everyone, you know, but I kind of feel for this person who hurt you, they're kind of stuck in their memories, they're stuck in the past, and they're kind of wrapped up in this fear, this anxiety, this sense of despair, like you guys ultimately are never going to get back together. You know, that's just the energy that I'm picking up for this one. And maybe for some of you, I feel you needed to hear this message. Either it brings you closure, knowing that you did the right thing, especially if you were, or you are, divine feminine and decided to sever ties with a masculine who was cheating and lying, you know, knowing full well that you worked really hard to get yourself back on the right track in your life, you know. And I love how this is the next card here, Ace of Wands. So I feel for Libras, if you relate to this, you certainly deserve a new beginning, and the universe is going to deliver that to you if it hasn't already. You are in charge of creating the type of life that you want to create with somebody that has the capability to love you for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, the person that's coming through in this reading, they were a part of your life, but they weren't meant to be a part of your life forever. There was a lesson tied into that experience, and hopefully you took that lesson or will take that lesson and allow yourself to take the parts of it that are teaching you something and move forward and really claim happiness for yourself through a connection where this person really checks all the boxes and you're not having to fight for their love, their heart, their attention, because that's something that they would give you already, you know? So that's what I've got for you guys. Hopefully there's something in this reading that really speaks to you and helps you out. If you are interested in getting your own reading, that information is down below in the description box, and I'll link all of the decks down below. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.